Hello everybody, welcome back to Zero Tolerance TV, ZT here. Got Game 2 Group D, hoping for a better one this time. If you look there at the matchup, I'm a little bit in doubt. This is going to be a Zergmir, and we're actually on Paradoxxx. So, yeah, I don't know. This is... I foresee Mutalisks. Now, I have casted one Zergmir on this map, and yeah, Mutalisks were made, many of them. I think it was Yellow. Brought his Overlords, like a big group of them down to his opponent's continent, and then had a fight with those Overlords involved. I can't be sure, but I believe that was to soak glaive bounces. I think the first shot will always go to a unit if that's available. But the bounces, I think, are just random, so he was able to win that way. This is going to be side up here in the top right. Playing, I don't know what color that is, man. That's a color, brown or something? Light brown? I don't know. And his opponent in the bottom left, Junwi. I'm going to try to remember his name, because it's a challenging one. Well, maybe not a challenging one, but not one that I recognize at all. Junwi. Yeah. He's on the... looks kind of like a teal, maybe. Like a cyan. I don't know. I'm going with teal. It's kind of like bluish green. So this is Paradoxxx. The real question, why? That's what I always wonder. Gonna, put some googly eyes down here, and also up here as well. No, just one googly eye. Hey, he drew a face. It's kind of a disappointed face. Even the map caster is unhappy, and look out there, a googly-eyed frog face. This is beautiful. If you're gonna draw on, live, call it TV if you want. If you're gonna be drawing, you might as well draw faces, And now he's got some hair as well, only on the side of his head, a little tuft on top there. Okay, it's kind of falling apart. The googly-eyed frog is still perfect though. I'd love to see maybe some pupils added there. That'd be perfect. Wow, that guy. Oh no. He drew that. Yes. That had to be planned. He was going to do that. That was his plan the whole time. The sign reads, go ahead and subscribe to Zero Tolerance TV and leave a comment if you do for a shout out. That's the translation of that sign from 2003. Alright, hatch started. It is hatch first, which I would expect here. Honestly, I wouldn't even be surprised if it's like gas before pool. I don't know the exact timing for like the fastest layer possible, but like you might as well just rush Muta. I don't see what else you're gonna do here. Everybody's gonna be making some Mutalisks. Might as well just make the Mutalisks as fast as you can, right? Maybe by delaying a little bit, you get like more Mutas, if that makes sense. Like instead of going for the fastest possible Mutas, like most Mutas overall. Yeah, I don't know. Man. I do not know. We'll have to see what happens in this game. I do expect that we will see the unit. There we go. Layer started. So sides layer is a little bit quicker than Junwi's. But I think Junwi hit second gas slightly before side, so yeah, I don't know. We'll see if it matters. I have a feeling that it's not gonna be much of a difference. Micro is probably gonna be a lot more important. Or if you can randomly sneak a huge pack of Overlords to your opponent's base, and then fight with those, that would work too. Yeah, in that game, I was wondering, I can't remember who Yellow was playing against, but I was wondering why his opponent didn't pull back. Seemed like that was just not a winnable fight for him. As soon as he saw the Overlords, I have to think that it would be a little bit better to try to pull back, maybe get some of your own Overlords in the mix there. Yeah, I don't know. And it's definitely a risk having all your Overlords on the map like that, so I think he had some play there. It wasn't fighting that fight though, because he got pretty much crushed. Both players have started their Spire a little bit faster for side, but again, I think it's probably not going to matter. The end result of that might be like one extra muta in 10 minutes or something for Junwi. And I mean, one muta in 10 minutes could potentially matter, but I don't know, man. That seems like a very small edge. And I doubt that he's actually got any more mutas overall because of it. Yeah, and it's not like he can be attacked or anything, right? It's not like, Side's mutas aren't going to pop out at his base. He's got the defender's advantage. He'll probably have more mutas for the fight if Side does just, go across the map right away. So, yeah. A lot of words to say. I don't think it matters at all. I do like they have both put their hatcheries close to the minerals. I don't think it was Yellow. I think Yellow did put his second hatch close to the minerals for a little bit better efficiency, and his opponent did not in that game. It's basically just free. There's no reason not to do it. It's just slightly faster mining. Yeah, again, it's another one of those things. It's really not going to matter. I doubt that it makes, the difference of a drone. So what's going to matter more is this control. That's basically what this game is going to come down to. How good these players can control. Now, Side actually hatching Scourge before mutas. And, okay, Junwi doing the same thing. We might have a Scourge v Scourge fight. I don't even know what that looks like. I guess you lose if your Scourge double detonate on one of your opponent's Scourge. That's the only thing I can think of. Maybe you can fool them into hitting an Overlord or something. I don't know. Side is just waiting above the and Junwi doing the same thing, just leaving his Scourge above the hatcheries, waiting for mutas to pop. It's kind of funny. A couple more trades. Looks like Side is the one initiating trades over his own base. And now pulling his own Scourge back, so very interesting. Both players built Spore Colonies in response, just to have that anti-air that doesn't get shot down by Scourge. Evo Chamber finishes up. It's a little later for Side, but it doesn't look like it matters. My guess is that he's not building any mutas right now. And Side, well, he might actually be, because he did bring his own Scourge home to kill off, trade off with some of Junwi's Scourge. So maybe some of those eggs are mutas. Junwi has now popped some mutas of his own. Looks like 6 there. So, as predicted, we are seeing some mutalisks. I can't imagine what else you would even do on this map. Drops, maybe? I don't know. I think that Scourge hit, but I think that was actually the Mutalis selected, so it looks like the Mutalis are actually able to pick off that Scourge before it connected. Cannot be sure, though. Every free Scourge is pretty relevant, and every hit on a Muta is also quite relevant. So, wouldn't underrate any of that. Couple free shots there. Did lose an Overlord, but minerals don't really matter. You're not building any Zerglings here, so overproducing Overlords is pretty free. Now, unless you get a ton of them caught, that could potentially supply block you, at which point maybe you don't get to use some of your larvae or something like that. That could be painful. But for the most part, not going to be a big deal to lose an Overlord or 2. So that's it. I mean, it's not like Side got a bunch of hits on Junwi's mutas there. It was just a couple. So a little history about Gil ZT. I was considering maining Zerg until I saw what this matchup was, and I just had to not. I would much rather Micro Reavers than Muta Scourge Mirror. The Mutas versus Terran look kind of awesome, I thought that looked really fun. The harassment and obviously Crazy Zerg being super powerful and pretty easy to actually execute as far as Brood War builds go. And then Defilers are really cool too. Using Defilers looks really fun, but man, this matchup, at least in a normal game, and even this one too, I mean, it's just a Mutafest here. Look at all the Mutalisks. The flying units reign. Trying to think, I mean, can you get past that point? Like, is there ever a point on Paradoxxx where you stop making Mutalisks? Or is it actually just pure Muta all game? Like, I think you could make Defilers, if you can, like, plague their Mutaflock, that basically ends the game. Like, you know, just get one Muta to go in one shot, 3 of theirs at a time. Pretty insane. But that is tough. You have to give up a lot of gas just to get there. So it almost seems like you have to kind of be ahead to do that, at which point you're probably not going to be getting the opportunity to plague a big stack of mutas. Maybe the idea is to build spore colonies and kind of turtle off that and, you know, have a weaker air army, but just try to live through it anyway. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you go like Hydras or something, just to bridge the gap to Defilers. I'm not sure. I'm grasping at straws here. I really want there to be something else you can do. I don't think there is, but that's what I want. I think something just got caught. That is a ton of Mutalisks. That's got to be like 2 full groups of mutas there. They don't have to worry about like control groups for Zerglings, just because the map. Okay, free Scourge there for side, not bad. Never complain about a free Scourge. They also cost gas. I think it's like 75 gas for a pair of Scourge. So they're like 37-ish each. That's something. It's not a lot, but it's something. I think it's 75 for a pair. I don't know, maybe I'll... You know what? I can check that on my phone. Let's do the hot lookup. No, I don't want to install an update. Go away. Since this is such an exciting matchup. Oh, okay, another Scourge picked off there. Okay, something happening. Another spore being made.
오히려 막 스포 콜로니를 하나를 더 짓고 있는데 저 준희 선수가 두 선수 전면전 나오겠는데요. 자, 다시 쪽에 들어오죠. 셋이라고 있어 준희 선수.
And Side is moving out here. He's looking for something. Okay, we might have a fight here, and it looks like Side has way more mutas here. Junwi definitely needs to run away. And he does, but Junwi's reinforcements are here, and now we have the mass confusion of a Muta versus Muta fight. I have no clue who's winning that. I think Side is what it looked like at the beginning, but there's really just no way to tell. The upgrades are really important for this too. Man, I don't know. I think Side is going to be able to pull this out. A couple more Mutas fly up for each sign, or each player. It looks like Junwi might actually be taking this one. Yeah, I think he is actually going to win this Muta fight. Nope. No, never mind. He pulls back. Basically no micro in that whole fight. Just A-moved into each other. And Junwi is chasing Side down here, so he's definitely won this fight. Getting, what, 2 or 3 free Mutas as those ran away, and now getting an Overlord as well. So definitely a pretty nice fight for him there.
이런 겁니다. 그러니까 이 오버로드의 수송선 업그레이드를 해주려면은 개스가 200이 들지 않습니까? 그 200을 상대가 쓰는 거를 보면은 나는 공격 들어간다. 왜냐하면
cost. That's not right.
이런 의도가 아니었나 싶은데
25 minerals and 75 gas. Okay, I'll be right. That's what I get for questioning myself. Never. If there's anything I can teach you about life, never question yourself. You're always right. Don't worry about it. Oh, Queen's Nest here. Side is actually going to try to tech up to Hive, it looks like. Now, this could be for a Greater Spire. Maybe his plan here is just to use some Devourers to win the fight. I don't really know much how Devourers work, to be honest. I know that they're supposed to be like really good air to air, and I think how they work is they shred armor basically. But honestly, I don't know very well how Devourers work. It's just not a unit we really see that much. Yeah, Hive started now for Side. I don't think that's the case here for Junwi. Junwi probably just feeling pretty good about the fact that he's actually being able to take a base here. And yeah, it looks like he's dropped off some drones over his expansion now too. So he's got a second gas producing. That is a pretty big deal. If you can get that second, or that I guess third gas on this map, that gas advantage does a lot for you. So this is going to be a pretty big problem for Side if he doesn't deal with it. The longer we go, the harder it's going to be. But he does have that tech coming, so maybe it is a Defiler play. I think it probably doesn't matter how many mutas your opponent has. If you can plague the big flock of them, you're going to win that fight. And it just doesn't really matter too much the difference there. I think like 5 mutas could probably kill 50. If you had a good plague and those mutas were weakened down enough, yeah, I'm pretty sure it would bring them down. What? How much does plague do? Is it 100 or 150? Something like that. Okay, Hive finished. I want to see what this tech is. What is his decision? I mean, plague is a long way away. So it's going to be pretty tough for him to actually get to it. To build the Defiler Mound, research Plague, and make Defilers, so there's a ton of gas. Junwi, in the meantime, is just taking the map, which puts him up to, what, 4 gas now? 4 gas against 2 is just a crazy disadvantage for Side, and it's going to be Greater Spire. Okay. I don't think you would go this far just for upgrades. I do think there will be some Devourers made, so we're going to have to find out if those are actually the answer here. Looks like, yeah, Junwi is actually teching up himself. Probably going to be for Greater Spire as well, I guess. I think when you're ahead, you probably don't care about trying to do something crazy like get Defiler tech. So if Side's not going to do it, I really doubt that Junwi will. And Junwi, excuse me, catching a Scourge there. Side's actually building Zerglings, so I wonder if the play here is to Nidus. Very well could be. Shot on those Lings there. I don't think any of them actually died. A couple Overlords will die here. It's kind of cool to look at the glaives when there's that many bouncing up. You don't really see the glaive, you just see like this line of green. Yeah, this base is quite situated, so getting a little worried here for Side. I think Junwi is in a really nice spot. I haven't seen what Junwi's tech is. Okay, and it is Devourers. So these are, I think it's Devourers that cost more minerals, and Guardians that cost more gas. Not actually sure, and it is a Nidus. Okay, so when your opponent already has creep, obviously they will if there's a hatchery, Nidus into that base can actually be pretty spicy. It would operate largely like a Nidus does in StarCraft 2, where you can actually use it offensively. Kind of funny. That is so many mules. But these Devourers might just even it out. I'm not sure. I'll have to see. I think they've got armor. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go look up how a Devourer works after this game. We'll say at least we've seen something past new to this game, so I guess I'll give Paradoxxx that. It did bring us a Zerg mirror that went past just Muta. We also now have Defilers. Or, Devourers, excuse me. I think in, like a traditional late game Zerg mirror, if we can even say that's something that exists, but like on a normal map, I do believe Defilers are pretty good. Wow, I'm surprised. Using Scourge to kill Overlords, is that BM? It seems like it might be, but I don't know. Maybe he thinks there's Hydras in there or something? I'm not sure. Looks like Junwi's Greater Spire is done as he's just started morphing what I have to assume are some Devourers. Okay, and the Nidus actually finishes. Oh my goodness, I didn't even notice that was starting. So we're going to have Zerglings in Junwi's main. I don't know where they're going, though. Very confusing place for them to go. They need to run into the main and actually get some damage done. But that is starting. No speed, no adrenal glands either, and the Mutas fly over. But that is still there now with the Mutas and Devourers. Maybe he can get something done here. The Zerglings will tear this base apart if the Mutas can't kill them, and with his air army to support, it might actually work out. The Lings are also going to eat some of those attacks from the Mutas. Scourge coming in, getting pretty decent hits, it looked like. More Scourge as well. Jesus, Devourers of his own. This battle is going crazy. No idea who's winning again. It does look like Junwi actually is going to take this one down. But, okay, he did lose some of his base, but there it is. GG from side. Yeah, that was a Zerg mirror, guys. I hope, yeah, it definitely was. I would... Devourer versus Devourer. Yeah, Paradoxxx... I don't know, man. The best Zerg mirrors are the fast ones, really, because then you can move on to a different matchup more quickly. So I don't know. Paradoxxx is a weird map. Anyway, if you're the kind of crazy person who enjoys that shenanigans, I hope you like this one. I hope my lack of enjoyment doesn't ruin it for you. Hopefully, yeah, that is probably the last Zerg mirror we'll see. Unless in the tiebreakers, that's the only time we could see more since we've got a Protoss and a Terran in this group. So I think we're going to have some, hopefully, better matches coming up here. Definitely want to see Elky get some revenge, I guess we'll call it. Maybe his Zerg vs. Terran is better than his Terran vs. Protoss. I don't know. But if you tune in next time, we can find out together. I hope you do.